Hi everyone. I wanted to come on today and discuss why self-love is important, why it is at the center of everything that I do and everything that I teach and work with my clients on. So I say this to myself and to my clients all the time. Love yourself first and the rest will fall into place. And I've witnessed this firsthand. My own journey with finding self-love came from a place of suffering years of disordered eating. I went on my first diet when I was 8 years old. I went to Weight Watchers for the first time when I was 12. Stuff that is really not okay for a child to be dealing with. I was a competitive dancer when I was younger. And I was the tallest and largest person in my dance troupe, which is fine. I mean, I have German blood, so I'm just kind of I'm a Viking, but I know I'm normal sized. I just grew a little faster than the other kids, but this totally messed me up. And I did not have anybody in my life to tell me that it was okay. So for years I struggled with trying to fit into this idea of what other people thought I was supposed to look like, and trying to be like everyone else. And that led to some pretty major disordered eating and food anxiety. And eventually, after dealing with it, for 11 years of my life, my entire adolescence, at 17 years old, I was at a yoga retreat and exhausted because I wasn't losing weight on the yoga retreat. I decided there was only one road out of it, and it was to accept myself as I was, because I was not going to win the other way. So I'm not quite sure how I learned this, or if it was intuitive or teachings from the retreat. I can't really tell you the exact moment that I discovered self-love as a practice, but it did come from that time of my life, and I decided to counteract all statements of hate with statements of love. I got really into goddesses. I got really into the divine feminine. I felt so empowered by this idea of stepping into what it means to be a woman, because at that point I was really becoming a woman. And that was my gateway. And I developed all of these practices along the way to help myself cultivate love and acceptance. Really, it was acceptance that came first, and then it was love. I decided that, my body doesn't want to change, so I'm gonna quit trying to change it. And then I think I started reading about the law of attraction, and I started incorporating the power of thought into my daily practices, and I started replacing fearful thoughts with loving thoughts. And that was so helpful. And it didn't happen overnight. I definitely didn't overcome my eating disorder overnight. It was at least another 4 years of going in and out, moving in and out of it. But when I did finally overcome it, the freedom that I now feel with my body and with food, I never thought I would feel this way. At least not yet. It is so amazing, and I have so much more space in my life for other things. And now I can offer my experience up to other people to help them move through their own pain and suffering as well. And I'm so grateful for the experiences that I did have. But I have sat in on a number of therapy sessions, workshops, self-development trainings, and what I've seen across the board, whether it is addiction recovery, whether it is abuse recovery, eating disorder recovery, obviously, but what I've seen in clinical places as well as spiritual spaces is that at the center of the healing journey is self-love. Time and time again, I witnessed this to be true, not only in my own journey, but in other teachings as well. teachings from people who are way more experienced, way more enlightened than I am. And if they know it, and if I know it, man, it is really powerful stuff. So I hope this gives you a little bit of insight into what self-love can do for you, why it is so important to practice it, and how it can change your life. I hope to see you soon. Please reach out to me if you have any questions, if you want me to address any issues. I am here for you. I've been through it, and I'm sending you all the love.